Hello, McCastle here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a add-on for the Create mod called Create Teleporters. It has these really cool blocks that allow us for instant teleportation of items or entities, and a lot of cool features. So let's dive right in and take a look. So the first thing we're going to need to make in order to work with this mod is we're going to need to make this Telejuice. Now, there's a couple of different ways to get it. Both require chorus fruit. They're going to need to get to the end, and you need to be able to probably set up a chorus fruit farm because you're going to need quite a bit of this. So it's not really an early game mod, but a little bit more late game. So one way to do it is to just right click an item drain with a chorus fruit, and it'll produce it. Now, that doesn't produce very much. It only produces 100 millibuckets. So it's going to take 10 chorus fruit to get one bucket. Now, conversely, if we come and we take and we put it in a mixer with a basin heated, you can see here, it only takes a quarter bucket of water. One chorus fruit gives us one. So we're getting 10 times the output by just using a heated mixer and basin. Now, there's a few things we can do with this Telejuice. Obviously, we need it for powering the teleporters that we're going to get to in a little bit. There's a few other functions that it has. So if you apply it to a brass casing, either just by clicking or by using a deployer, you actually get these quantum casings, which are used in crafting recipes that we're going to be looking at here in a little bit. Additionally, if you just lay it out on the ground, it has a pretty unique feature that it actually pulls you to the source block versus, water or any other fluid that pushes you away. So there's some unique things we could do with this. The next thing we're going to be looking at is these redstone pearls. Now, again, heating up a basin. We throw them in here, just some redstone and a pearl, and it crafts these redstone pearls for us. Now, these don't have any other feature or function besides being part of different crafting recipes, which, again, let's take a quick look at here. Next thing is these advanced components are another component that we're going to need. And if you take and you apply a diamond, you put down a sturdy sheet, and then a redstone pearl, and then smash it, you're going to get these advanced components. Now, besides being used in a few other recipes here, it's also needed to create these quantum mechanisms. So if we take and we put down a sturdy sheet, squirt it with Telejuice, hit it with those advanced components, and then smash it twice, it's actually going to give us these quantum mechanisms, which again are used in some different recipes here. Let's actually look at the different the basic teleporter devices that we can create and how they function. So the first is this entity teleporter. And it's actually created in this mechanical crafting grid like this. So on the edge with the brass casings, 4 of these quantum mechanisms and 1 redstone pearl in the middle will get you this entity teleporter. Now for this to work, you need to have a teleporter and a receiver. So this entity teleporter receiver is just crafted in a 3x3. This can be done either with mechanical crafting like this or just in a normal crafting grid, but it's just 6 brass casings, a brass ingot, one of those advanced components, and again a redstone pearl in the middle here. The item teleporter, which works very similar to the entity, but obviously teleports items instead of entities, is just a U shape of brass casings, the redstone pearl in the middle, and the advanced component. So it's very similar to this one, just replace that with brass casing instead. And then the receiver portion of that for the items is just 6 brass casings, 2 chutes, and again, redstone pearl there in the middle. Now to get all these to work, we're going to actually need this TP link, which is just 3 brass ingots, advanced component, and redstone pearl like this. Again, this can be in a regular crafting grid. It doesn't have to be mechanical crafters. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these and how they work. So to get these to work, both the entity and the item teleporter, what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these TP links and you're going to select the receiver, and then you're going to put it into the component here. And I've already done that here for the item receiver over there. And then you need to pump in this Telejuice. It needs Telejuice to work. It uses a certain amount of it per transfer or whatever. So if I just stand on this, you see it do a fun little animation, and boom, it teleports me across there. Now these can go pretty great distances. Obviously I'm just going across the room here. Let's take a look at that animation from third person view. There we go. Pretty sweet. Now the item transporter, Works very similar, except for it's got 2 slots. This is the slot to whatever item you're going to be transporting. So say I want to take these diamonds. And it requires a redstone signal. So you can pump this in using funnels or any of that kind of stuff. And then you could also automate redstone signal here that, you know, whenever something passes through it, whatever. But if we just take this here and we click it, you'll see that it takes it from here and it drops it out here. Now this can't dump into any specific blocks. So if you want to, you know, kind of automate this, you can put a chute 1 block below it, and that will allow you to then put it in the system. So transporting your items can be automated, and again, pretty cool feature. Now, these 2 basic movements, either entities or blocks, they don't work cross-dimensionally, right? So it's only within the same dimension. Now, really, any entity can be transported here. Ooh, I wasn't even on it. If we take and put any kind of entity on here, you see it transports it. Minecart contraptions as well work. Players. Another thing to notice here, if I transport something and then quickly go through, it applies a lot of damage to whatever it is going through, so just be careful on that. Next, we're going to take a look at some more advanced teleporters here. So if we can create this advanced TP link by taking a quantum casing, a regular TP link, and a quantum mechanism like this. And again, this can be in a regular crafting grid. It doesn't have to be mechanical crafting. And then additionally, we can create pocket dimensions. This is pretty cool. We'll take a look at this after we get these. So we'll come back to this one. Gravity stabilizer is required to make this large custom portal work. And it's just the quantum casings around the edge here, your quantum mechanism in the middle, and the redstone pearl at the bottom. Now this does require telejuice as well to work, which we'll look at some setups over here. Next is the custom portal, and this requires a massive mechanical crafting, which I think is awesome. It's cool to see that they're not just kind of the basic crafting recipes or whatever. I think this is pretty cool. So it uses a lot of these quantum casings, fluid tanks, quantum mechanisms, redstone pearls, and then an entity teleporter at the middle here. So we craft all that and it gives us this custom portal. So how does this work? Well, first off, again, they need telejuice to be pumped into both the portal as well as the stabilizer. And to get this to work, all you do is you right click on your stabilizer. And what it'll do is it'll start up a portal. Now, you need to supply it with an advanced TP link, which works just the same as the regular. You right click on the destination, right? So if I walk through here, instantly I'm teleported up here, which is where I grab the other thing. Now, additionally, these also work cross-dimensionally, which is awesome. So if we come in here, I've already set up the coordinates for this other one, so let's kickstart that. And then we can dive right in. You see, it took us here to the end. And again, any dimension, it can be a modded dimension, it can be your standard vanilla dimensions, cross-dimensionally works perfectly. Another thing to note with these is they can actually be turned off if you left click, which I've switched to survival so I don't just, break the block, but just left clicking it will turn this off, which is good. All right, lastly, let's take a look at this pocket dimension remote. So this is pretty cool. So it's just, again, a large crafting grid like this, some quantum casings, 5 of the quantum mechanisms, another entity teleporter, and 2 of these advanced TP links, and a gravity stabilizer here in the center like that. So what this does is essentially it creates a pocket dimension based on a coordinate in your world. So if you come in here and you click right here, that coordinate right here is where your pocket dimension is. Now, be careful, as if you were to create another link and click over this, it would override your other pocket dimension. So just be careful with that. Now, if I click on this, it'll take me right to that pocket dimension, which is very dark. Now, this is going to be hard to see, but essentially it's just a small, I think 15 by 15 or something like that. I went ahead and put a glowstone in each corner so you can see this. So again, you can come in here, you can create a place to store all your really good stuff, but just be careful that it doesn't get overridden by you or anyone else on your server. To get back out, you just take your pocket dimension remote and you click it again. Probably a good idea to make sure you don't lose this. And again, you might not necessarily need to know exactly where it's at, but it will bring you back on whatever one you clicked on. All right, that's it for this mod. tutorial. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and grab the mod from the link in the description. And if you have any other questions, please leave a comment. If you have any other mods you'd like me to review, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll try to get to any suggestions you guys leave. And with that, I'll leave you guys. Have a great day. We'll catch you next time.